Hey everybody, it's Jeremy. Welcome back to Bozmos2, where we are playing Chaco. Let's jump into this turn 44. Okay, got the Throne of Elements claimed. There is a dire portent. People of Kailasa are truly blessed amongst the people of the world. Yada yada yada. As a result, commanded the earth to yield up its treasures to his faithful. So this is, riches from beneath or whatever. This is the crazy amount of increased resources in all of their lands. So that's kind of cool. We've done a Voice of Apsu, found nothing. Voice of Apsu, found nothing. Cloud Trapezed Yona has found magic in the Black Alps. This is a cavern of glowing moss. I think that's just the Fire 1. Yeah, Fire 1. So cool, that actually puts us at 7 fire per turn, which is nice. And then we've got some battles! Where we attacked into... Or we were attacked in Pestina. And we are up against... Oh. So, remember last turn where I was like, either they attack us and we win, or they attack us and we lose, or they don't attack us at all. I guess, technically this falls under the, probably attack us and win scenario, but not quite in the vein we were thinking of. Again, right? You can tell the differences between, like, skilled players and, well, not skilled. I don't want to call myself unskilled. Or the people that I best in games unskilled, right? Like, me being down on myself is an insult to the people that I beat, So, God, where am I going with this? My brain is fried today. Basically, me saying I'm a run-of-the-mill player, right? Boz, and, I don't know if Boz is like a super good player, but I think Boz is a good player. And then there are super good players that, the difference between, like, run-of-the-mill players and good and super good players is that good and super good players do things that are unexpected, right? So... obviously, with the scenario that went down last turn, like, I rattled off the expected things. He attacks me with that giant army, and we manage to win. Or he attacks me with that giant army, and we lose, right? Or he doesn't attack me at all. Never in that discussion was the concept of attacks, but attacks with a significantly smaller portion of the army, which is, of course, a legitimate option. So, it's just good players do what is unexpected. They throw you curveballs. So, we are over here with our little buff squad. Do some luck. I don't think we actually get our guy. He actually, so this is one of those, like, run-of-the-mill scenario or dicey situations. I probably should have cast luck and cheat fate twice, but I only cast it once and then ran with them. But sometimes you're gonna... Most often, you'll go for the square that has the most HP, which should have been the square with the Wuya in it, right? But for whatever reason, this Star Priest decided, nah, I want to luck myself, So, whatever. Got a Blessing out, we've got Iron Skin out. Summon Earth Power. These Tide Warriors, we did this just to kind of, like, check things, and absolutely it does not stack. Good to know. Temper Armor. Poison Resistance, not something that we have to worry about with this group. But we've got, 34 Poison Resistance now, and this isn't gonna be a competition, right? Like, Wuya 5 is going to destroy these guys. Like... a bunch of mostly Kangobs, a couple of Raiders, a couple of Soldiers. Not a problem. But this was super smart by Boz. to basically like feint over here, try to scare me off, and because we talked about this, right? There was the possibility that I just move off, right? Like he almost intimidated me into a scenario where I just like left and was like, fine, I guess I'm not gonna do this, you know. And that cost him almost nothing, just a few words in Discord. Versus, like, you know, he could have thrown that entire army here, and I might have routed it. Not necessarily guaranteed, but maybe, right? There's probably something that I was missing where I wouldn't have routed it, but who knows? Anyways, we beat that little group, easy peasy, moving on. We attack in this second thing, attacking in Pack Woods. And this is up against... Aha, this whole scenario. So, we start off with an Iron Will. So Iron Will puts our magic resistance at 28. And the intent there is to try to dissuade the Umu Apkalu and the Anunnaki of, what is it, the Morning or whatever, Ishtar, the Morning Star? Yeah. Is to dissuade them from doing things like soul slays and paralyzes and things like that. So, and next up, I'm preparing to cast Iron Skin. And this is what we talked about, right? This concept of like, we'll get the first spell off easily. The second spell, right, as we'll be casting as the Springhawks land, and will likely go off. So the second spell really matters. Okay? Because immediately, you know, they're attacking, but we don't get interrupted. We get Iron Skin off. Now we have 28 protection. Nice. We cast the wrong spell. So, one thing to note, right, and this is actually very important, is that the Anunnaki of the... Where's she at? Of the Morning Star started by casting anti-magic. Which means that these Springhawks have a shit ton of magic resistance, actually. And that everyone else has decent-ish magic resistance. What does that mean? That means that Vine Shields are less effective. So, why does that matter? It matters because we got 2 spells off, and the intent was that with being surrounded, especially by stuff like Springhawks, right? The idea was we'll probably eventually get enough of them entangled that the AI will go, oh, I can cast spells again. Let me cast spells, and then we'll finish out our script. But because of that anti-magic, we're actually getting way less done. And I don't think that... I know that that's not going to be the case. So, which means that we're going to have to do this battle with only 2 spells. Probably not realistically possible, but if we were going to do this battle with only 2 spells, Iron Will and Iron Skin are not the 2 spells that we needed. Probably it should have been Iron Skin and just Blessing, but we Iron Willed. You know, we started Iron Will for a good reason, and that's to not get Soul Slayed. But we're gonna die because we're gonna start taking chip damage. And since we are not entangling enough people, our casting AI isn't gonna kick back in. We're not gonna get blessed so that we can prevent some of these chip damages. And this is really bad luck. So what we have right here is we have 15 shock resistance. This is down from 20 because of our Iron Skin, right? We got hit for 9 and 7 there. What did we get hit by? We got hit by Springhawks. So we got hit here by 9 and 7. So this, what it shows here is this -9 is that's the damage. Their damage, the Springhawks damage of 6 versus my resistance, which is 15. So it means their damage roll is automatically at a -9. That's the difference. So this frickin' Springhawk rolled a 20, started at a -9 and rolled a 24. Holy shit. To deal 9 shock damage to me, giving me a permanent chest wound, that's just really unlucky to begin with. And then this one rolled a 19. And that's pretty high on both of those, right? Like, so unfortunate, really, really unfortunate. We took 2 big hits right there, and both of those hits stunned us. We have a chest wound, so we're more encumbered. And because we went Iron Skin, we are not regenerating. We get hit there again by, I think, an arrow hits us, and we get profuse bleeding. So it's just all going downhill. So now we're getting little chips here or there. We're bleeding profusely. We have no regeneration to counteract that. If we had regeneration, or our bless specifically, right, we would have damage reduction, in that we would have temper flesh, and we would have regeneration to try to counteract some of this chip. And then we might have reached a point to where we could have survived, but because you can see we're actually starting to get a fair amount of people bind shielded, and pop. So we talked about this. There was every likelihood that we would lose this. Unfortunately, we did. I was hoping that we wouldn't. I was hoping that we would win that, but we actually picked wrong on the priority of spells there. Spells? Yeah, priority of spells. So we should have gone, and I don't even know that we should have gone for Iron Will necessarily, but probably Iron Will was still a good idea. But we definitely should have gone for our Bless second instead of Iron Skin. Now, Iron Skin is really, really important. I don't think we would have lived without Iron Skin in the long run, but I think the Bless would have maybe gotten us to the point to where we could have gotten our script off afterwards. Anyways, whatever. It happens. That was a bit of an investment. Sucks to lose it. Oh well. There's a battle in Old Man. And this is just heartbreaking. So, Old Man comes out with a Knight of Stone and all of his griffins. And he comes up against basically the entire force from King Gobia, which is just really fucking unfortunate, right? Like, he should not have come out. If he wanted to try to get this off of his capital, he should not have come out so aggressively. He's going to lose all of these griffins, and that matters quite a bit. This Air Force, right? Like, this Air Force isn't going to do good right now, but in a pitched battle, when he has to go, when his army is facing off against the Kangobian army, these guys are still going to get slaughtered, but they're going to offer a good distraction for what happens. As it is now, though, yeah, they are not. They're going to come down and immediately just get destroyed. I gotta remember that too, by the way. He's got a lot of... Because these guys all count as animals, or the Kengobs all count as animals. So he's got a lot of, like, boosts on them. Enchantment is a boost. He has he has a boost to their strength. He has a boost to their magic resistance. He has a boost to their... That might just be it. I think he has luck. Like, animal luck. He has berserking. Yeah, so he's got a lot going on. What are these? Kango booms. These Kangobs are consumed with the effects of an unknown species of fungi. It has taken their mind and it can only be controlled. The mushrooms on their back are highly explosive. Oh, fucking K. Really? They have... Okay, I want to see what that is. I want to see what that is. Try to look for whatever the fuck the spell... Whoever casts whatever there. Poison Ward, Gift of Flight, Bill of Heroes, Divine Blessing. Primal Resilience? Probably not. Kango Boomers. Kango Boomers. Alright. He's got a spammable spell. Not a battlefield enchantment. A spammable spell that summons size 3, 29 hit point creatures on the side that have trample, multiple attacks, and explode, I'm assuming. If we can see any... holy shit, that's a lot. Unfortunate, we didn't get to see what those explosions look like. A lot. Alright. There are some, there are some nations that have way more tricks than other nations in both DE and in Bozmod. So, interested to see how this all plays out. There's also a battle in, so let's watch this. Alright. We've seen this before, this big ol' Atlantean army, bunch of war shamblers. Very, very typical scenario here. We've got a bunch of mages, water 3 mages that they've all got a water gem. They're all at the ready. Oh, his king is here. Ghost Dick the Ghost King is here. Interesting. So, they're gonna do a whole shit ton of water elementals, and we're gonna see how it goes. Oof. That's a lot of water elementals. How are the spheres? Ah, what are you going for? Assault Blessing. Someone got soul slayed back here. Howl. Alright, Howl goes up. Iron Skin, quickness, all the rest of this stuff. Okay. And Howl is immediately being a nuisance. And here's the thing, like, Howl, part of how Howl is going to be an incredible nuisance, it's not going to kill a whole shit ton of people, but it's going to keep his people distracted back here, which means they are not going to be in the gate or in the breach, basically. Which means maybe actually those wolves really tied up, so difference on whose wolves, you know. Owl, solar eclipse. Yeah. Hard for them to really do anything. Are we doing... Is he getting any soul slays off back here? Really look like it. Legions of Steel. Oh, his communion's in like buff cycle now. Not gonna do anything for a little while. Problem is this is just the water elementals, so... Oh my goodness. His god just went into the rear. Wow. Natural rain. Okay. Do you have regeneration? He does. He put it on himself, it looks like. He is stunned. False feathers. Kind of unfortunate. It doesn't look like his communion's really doing much. This up a tad. Yeah, he's just getting winnowed. Just slowly but surely. Maybe he can take out Atlantis' god. That'd be interesting. No. Got a never healing wound on him. Is that enraged? Unfortunate. Oh, they got him with the Soul Slay. Wow. A Pyrrhic victory, I guess. I don't know how much he actually cared about his god, though. I'm assuming not much to risk him in such a manner. Like, I mean, it could be... Yeah, it's not. I was gonna say, like, maybe... Yeah, he just doesn't have enough to deal with these guys. Unfortunately. Not really dealing any damage. Flying shards is not accomplishing anything. Not really. And slowly but surely he's losing his people. And they're through the gates now. It's done. Yep. Once those war shamblers got through, it was done. Oof. Big oof. Maybe the god... Oop. I was gonna say maybe the god holds them off, but absolutely not. No. Alright, so Ind loses its capital. 193 versus 224. Relatively evenly matched as far as numbers go, but it's what was there, right? 224, but look at how clean this is. War Shamblers, Mages, Kings of the Deep. Like, this is 25 wolves, 22 militias, right? Just didn't have the oomph, and it looks like didn't have the spells, right? So, is what it is. All right, very cool. We have lost population in Kaban. We have gained death in Assad. We have lost population in Toledo. What was this? Okay, we need to suppress that. Lost population in Nidian Range. Worldwide event has occurred. The Veil of Infinite Horror has been found, so people have been horror marked. Great. Pistina is unharmed. Need more people. We're patrolling in a bunch of different places, and people were starving in High Peaks because fuck me. So, what are we doing this turn? Mostly we are moving against Kangobia. I've done a lot in the last few turns, in the last turn or so, about talking to different people. Apparently, Lanka is at war with Kangobia as well. That's a new war. Lanka's relatively fresh. They own majority of this area over here. Wasn't able to get Foray Flegra into the fight. I think they have an alliance with Kangobia that they want to sit on. Plus, they're also at war with someone else, apparently. Down here is... What is this? This is, Iryu, I believe. Talked with them about joining into... Most of Kangobia's heartland is down in here. Talked with them about joining in, and they were kind of non-committal, interested, but the issue is, and we've come to find this out, that basically Kangobia, Erythia, and Kailasa are basically in a pact, triumvirate, if you will, which is really dangerous, and I am doing my best. I say my best. I'm casually speaking to a couple of different people to try to arrange work against those three, because they are they're gonna be problems. I don't know that we win, by the way. We said this. We talked about this last turn. I don't know that we win. We probably don't. But it'll be fun. This will be a fun, like, way to go out to challenge, you know, Kangobia, which I think is a very strong nation, and to challenge the, you know, probably one of the stronger nation blocks, right? With Erythia is super strong right now. Kailasa is quite strong. Kailasa actually just put up Riches from Beneath, so yeah, this is a dangerous group. We'll see what we can do there. So we are gonna attack into Griffa with Wuya 5. This is somewhat ambitious. We might get punished for this, but we'll see. So attacking into Griffa, attacking into Moliton, actually, with Mong 4. And then we're moving a bunch of our forces onto Pistina. The majority of our forces here in High Peaks are moving. We're also moving these 3 Hmong Katsinas onto Pestina, and we're moving Star 88, who is one of our star priests that buffed in this past turn. Moving all that onto Pestina. I don't think we'll crack the fort in one turn. We're kind of just under where we need to be. We're at 493 right here. We're bringing in a little bit more, but I don't think we're gonna have enough to fully crack it in a single turn, which is kind of unfortunate. But it is what it is, right? We will see how it goes. I would assume, having lost such a large portion of his potential resistance force, because if we remember, Old Man had maybe about 300 or so units. Having lost like 60 with the Griffins this freaking turn, he actually just lost a pretty large portion of his forts, of his fortification. So I would assume Kangobia is probably going to try to take him this turn. Hopefully Old Man does some damage on his way out. Fingers crossed. Yeah. We've got our first Crystal Sorceress. She's going to head into High Peaks. We're continuing to produce those. We have Wuya 9 with his Katsina reinforcements. They are heading into High Peaks. We're sending... We've got 2 Wuya 9s. Gotta fix that. Gotta fix that! We should be at 12 then. Oh, you want to fix that? Wuya 12 is bringing down the army of bears and ants and archers, so we'll see how that goes. Continuing to move the small force of Katsinas back to Chaco. Chaco, we're getting another Wuya, continuing to produce Wuyas. Bongar forces and Jerib forces are combining in Anglavania. They will be reinforcing into High Peaks shortly, bringing about another 120, 130 troops or so, and another good squad of Chaco and Star Priests. Really, really like banking on having... Basically, I want to try to get a goon squad of Chaco and Star Priests going in Pestena and seeing if that works. Thing is I don't think Chaco and Star Priests are going to do great against this force, truth be told. Like... Yeah. You know what would do really good against this type of thing? It would be fucking... It'd be Horde of Skeletons spam is what it would be. You know, I could actually do... Could I? Forge? I could forge a Crystal Matrix and send someone like Jade Sork over there with a Crystal Matrix. It would be really badly inefficient because there wouldn't be any death in the communion, but it would be a thing. I couldn't do it though because I don't have Enchantment 5, but it is, you know, it's a scenario. That's interesting. I don't know that we're gonna go that route. We're finishing Thaumaturgy 4 this turn, which will get us, I guess, useful scenarios. It'll get us Paralyze. Really, it's just a walk towards 5. I mean, we get Auspex out of it, we get Gnome Lore out of it, we get some other stuff. Just not stuff that's immediately useful in this battle from like a astral point. So we're going towards Soul Slay. We'll see how that works. Fingers crossed. Alright, what else do we got? We got... we're sending our god, Yona, back kind of towards the capital for a very specific reason. And I should have realized this a while back, but we have Pavoska 1 over here, which I completely forgot about being Fire 2. And we don't have any other Fire 2s. That's one of the reasons why I was site searching on our Great Bear, is because he's our only real way to site search for Fire. But Pavoska 1 can Augury. And Augury has like a 15 billion range, so we can Augury basically everything. So we're going to send our bear back and start doing some other stuff. And also potentially just be in range to support in High Peaks and beyond if necessary. Because again, our bear is jacked and goes fucking berserk and will be hard as fuck to deal with for most people, especially now that we have a pretty significantly higher magic that we can utilize to buff with him. What else are we doing this turn? We are doing quite a bit of forging this turn. We've got 2 Wuyas that are Earth 3 now. Both of them are doing Dwarven Forges, or Dwarven Hammers, rather. We can't do that for very long because we don't have enough Earth Gem income to do that. So probably another turn or two, and then we're going to have to pause on that. But we're making as many Dwarven Hammers as we can to try to help, you know, become resource efficient with those. But in the meantime, we still got to produce other stuff. We're producing a main gush of pairing, just because that's a pretty useful item that we can utilize on, you know, individuals like Mong 4 over here could use a main gush of pairing. We could put his defense skill up pretty high, and we could actually put like a cat's eye on him and boost him past 30 defense skill. So that's type of stuff as an option. And then we could do other stuff like, you know, like chainmail of displacement and etc. etc. So we have the ability to do like a defense build if we wanted to. And then we have dragon helms that we are forging because dragon helms are quite strong, and we need a couple of helmets for people. We are doing some Kithrionic lion pelts, some frost brands. We're doing a bunch of dark knowledge spam from Jade Sork 3, and we got another another death mage with Jade Sork 7. So doing some dark knowledge there, more frost bands, more voice of Apsu, more stone birds. Yeah. So I don't really anticipate a whole lot of things going on this turn. It's possible that he moves off some forces from Old Man and we bump in Griffa or in Mulliton. But I don't anticipate it being much. The scenario is can we lock down Pistina in time to defend it, basically? Like, can we take Pistina and then use it as a front against... Wow, that goes all the way over here. Use it as a front against Old Man, or against Kangovia. I don't know. We may or may not be able to accomplish this. We will have to see. Very interested, though, in seeing where this goes. I am hopeful. I don't think... I'll say it this way. I don't think we're going to fare very well against Kangobia. But there should be some exciting fights and some fun stuff. But I'm hopeful that we will, you know, with the other individuals that we might be able to pull into the war and in against the Triumvirate, then maybe we could actually do some damage to them in the long run before we go out. That being said, like, none of these people are, like, the true evil. The true evil is still Lucid on Relay. Because he's got a crazy amount of land. He's got a crazy amount of land, and vicariously a crazy amount of income and a crazy amount of gem income, and yeah, so it's a big issue. But I can't really do anything about that, so I might as well do something else about something. So, see how it goes. Anyways, that's gonna be it for now. Thanks for watching. See you next time. Bye, everybody.